Welcome back to Health Tips, folks, or welcome to our channel if this is your first time with us. We're, as always, here to provide you with the latest in healthy tips for your healthy lifestyle. Today's topic is all about bread. Yes, you heard it right. We know you love bread. We love bread too. But there are good and bad breads out there, and you can make a lot of progress toward the healthy body you want, even without removing all the bread from your diet. Before we get started though, a quick aside. We're recommending these options explicitly because we absolutely don't condone crash diets. If your doctor tells you that you need to leave carbs behind for medical reasons, that's one thing. But suddenly cutting all of the bread out of your diet because you want to fit into your new swimsuit is a terrible idea. Quitting cold turkey doesn't work physiologically, isn't handled well by your body's systems, and can wreak havoc on your metabolism. Only remove foods from your diet gradually, unless a doctor tells you otherwise. Or else, substitute them for similar but healthier alternatives. With that disclaimer out of the way, today we're going to discuss various best healthy breads you must try. Now let's dive deep and discuss the various best bread options available for you. Number 1. Whole wheat. Everyone knew we'd be mentioning whole wheat, so we might as well get it out of the way. Surprise, surprise, whole wheat is better for you than refined breads. Keep an eye out for labels that specifically list whole wheat or whole grain flour as the first ingredient. Don't be deceived by various tricky terms like multigrain bread. You're looking for the phrase 100% whole wheat somewhere on the bag. By keeping the entire grain intact, including the bran and germ, whole wheat retains more nutrients such as fiber. You've probably heard this before, but fiber is extremely important to keeping your bowel movements regular and comfortable. So you really don't want to skimp on it. Number 2. Sprouted whole grain. Sprouted bread is made by allowing the grains to start germinating through natural processes before milling it. This process unlocks the full potential of the bread, increasing the availability of specific nutrients like folate, a vitamin that helps your body to convert food into energy efficiently. Studies consistently suggest that sprouting increases the antioxidants you can absorb from the grain while limiting the presence of anti-nutrients. Anti-nutrients, for those who aren't aware, are compounds that can actually block the absorption of key minerals, so you generally want to see as few as possible. Sprouted breads are also high in fiber and protein when compared to other breads, and will generally have a reduced effect on your blood sugar. This makes sprouted breads a viable option for diabetics who need to keep a tight grip on their blood sugar levels. Number 3. Sourdough. One of the big draws to sourdough bread is the presence of naturally occurring prebiotics and probiotics in the bread. Probiotics are living cultures of beneficial bacteria that can work together with your body from the inside to keep malicious bacteria in check. They also improve digestion. Prebiotics serve a similar role, but are actually foods that encourage the growth of good bacteria indirectly. This all might sound gross if you're not familiar with how the body actually works at a cellular level, but you actually might not have survived this long if not for the symbiotic relationship between our living cells and the good bacteria that lives in and on our bodies. If the concept ever confuses you, just tell yourself that there are good and bad bacteria. You want the good ones. You don't want the bad ones. Sourdough is also easier to digest than regular bread, due in part to the probiotics that come with it. They'll help to digest the bread for you so that your body ends up straining itself less in the process. This additionally leads to less impact on your blood sugar since your body doesn't handle all of the processing alone. Number 4. Flax bread. Flax bread certainly isn't the most popular option on the list, but it's one of the healthiest breads on the market. Flax seeds and flax bread have been linked to a lower risk of heart disease and even a reduced risk of breast cancer, oddly enough. There have been comprehensive reviews of multiple studies to back up the importance of flax seeds, and their potential benefits for the circulatory system are especially promising. Flax seeds also contain lignans, which are antioxidants that help to stave off the effects of aging and cellular damage. Some studies suggest that lignans are the key ingredient that allows flax bread to ward against certain types of cancer. As with any bread, you should keep an eye out for breads with as few ingredients as possible. Remember that when there are less ingredients, it usually means that more of them are natural. As an added bonus, you can find sprouted flax bread to double down on the health benefits. Number 5. Oat bread. While oatmeal often comes up in conversation, we don't often get a chance to talk about oat bread, and that's a shame because it's a very nutritious option. Oats come with plenty of fiber, along with vitamin B1, iron, zinc, and magnesium. Like many healthy breads, oat bread has been directly linked to lower cholesterol and decreased blood pressure in frequent studies. In fact, a review of 28 studies suggests that adding just 3 grams of oat beta-glucan, the primary fiber of oat bread, to your daily diet can have a significant effect on your total cholesterol levels, as well as on the presence of bad cholesterol. It even suggests that this effect becomes more pronounced the higher your baseline cholesterol is. Well, that sums up numerous best healthy bread options you must try or include in your diet. And as a quick recap, we're going to go over some shopping tips here as well. Bread is always in high demand, so advertisers and marketing teams will go out of their way to be as dishonest about how healthy their bread is as humanly possible. So you need to approach the bread aisle with a certain level of suspicion if you want to leave with the best possible breads. For starters, look for the options that list sprouted or 100% whole grain flours as their first ingredient. A bread might stay whole grain on the package, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% whole grain, so be wary of that trick. You also want to see a short list of ingredients, ideally with mostly words you're familiar with. Bread isn't something that should have extensive lists of additives and preservatives. You want to get at least 3 grams of fiber and 3 grams of protein per slice, but more is better. On a more fun note, you can actually make your own bread, and this ensures that you'll have healthy bread since you'll be in full control of the ingredients. Once you've got a good yeast culture going, it'll practically grow itself for you. Making your own bread is a cheap and productive hobby that'll pay dividends when you get your blood work back at the doctor's office. While some breads are healthier than others, we do at least want to stress that you must eat bread in moderation. If you're eating biscuits, sandwiches, croissants, and a pizza every day, then you shouldn't be surprised when it starts negatively impacting your health. Bread absolutely can be part of a well-balanced diet, and these breads are proof of that. But don't get caught eating too much of a good thing. Also, take any medical advice you receive about bread or carbs at face value, should it come up. If you're told that you need to cut carbs from your diet entirely, then your doctor wouldn't be saying that lightly. There's a big difference between cut back and cut out, so be careful not to interpret medical advice the wrong way. When your doctor gives you advice, they're not necessarily talking about what the average person should do. They've seen your vitals, your blood work, and your statistics, and are giving you advice about what you should do. Thankfully, you're unlikely to be told never to eat bread again in your lifetime. Even those of us with gluten allergies now have gluten-free options in the bread aisle, so it's pretty rare for someone to be instructed to avert their gaze from bread completely. So just relax, take a deep breath, and pick the best loaves you can. This has been Health Tips. Remember that you can get more healthy videos just like this one if you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps our channel and it helps your health too. And like we say always, your health, your life, your priority. See you again, folks!